What's up everyone? Welcome back or welcome to another weekly dose of video. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and join the journey. My name is Aldo, I'm a powerlifter and day trader, and today we are continuing the series where I'll be reviewing, analyzing all of the trades I took in Project 6F, basically a challenge where I turned 10k into 100k real money through day trading. So yeah, we'll be analyzing and criticizing all of these trades together. Also, I wanted to make a standard intro for this series too, so you guys will be seeing this exact same intro in all of the series from now till the end. If it happens that you learn something from the series, please share it so we can reach more people together. And now, let's get to the sauce. Okay guys, we are ready to jump into the fourth episode of the project to find the first trade. Okay, we have the first trade, gold, the 11th of March. It was a buy. Okay, it was a buy, this exact price. Stop was below the low, 300 pips. Okay, unfortunately I see a pretty nasty consolidation there. If we were to analyze this trade, very simple, gold was printing all-time highs. If we take a look at the hourly time frame, 1 hour, I mean straight up price action, nothing really remarkable. And then if we look at the 15 minutes, structure is definitely cleaner. Price was respecting this support, actually got respected throughout the entire day. So okay, at the time what I was seeing is just this price, so I didn't know that price was about to consolidate. But once I saw price rejecting again and respecting the two previous lows, basically this entire support, this is the higher high and then this is the lower high, which is not confirmed yet since he has to print a new high to be our new higher low, but the last higher low will be this one. Yeah, basically this one. Candles were also showing sellers weakness and buyers strength, so yeah, was definitely confident, and I think the trade ended up on a loss. We're gonna watch the video back to see the result of this trade. Okay, I was still in the gold trade and then I opened a buy on GBPUSD this same day. So we're gonna take a look at this trade in a minute. Let's see the result of the gold trade. Stop loss in our direction. Oh, the GBPUSD trade got stopped out even before the gold trade. So as for the gold trade, okay, break even on the gold trade. I was actually able to save a loss and close up break even, so that's nice. Let's analyze the GBPUSD trade. Okay guys, I found the day and the trade is this one. Apparently all of the drawings are still here. Okay, I see that we tapped into an area of resistance there, not really big since the reaction of the level wasn't really that strong, but still 4 hour reacted by rejecting the level. And after that, after seeing price shifting structure, that's when I was about to play the pullback, the retracement idea for this trade. Structure, I can see it's valid, even though I don't really like when price puts in a new lower low, in this case lower high up here. But the closure of these candles were pretty much shit, as you can see, a lot of rejection, and then the next candle pretty much ate up the previous two bearish ones. So not really a super strong closure, but still valid. And then The mistake here was to enter without any kind of confirmation. I believe I sat down to the 1 minute. Yeah, and structure was shit. I mean, it definitely wasn't clear, the shift, so I just kind of entered there, and the stop was okay. And I mean, the direction was right, but since I didn't wait for the lower time frames, 5 minutes or even 1 minute, to properly realign bearish, I mean, in this case got stopped out in a couple minutes, but in the end price went in our direction. Yeah, definitely I had to wait a little bit more. On to the next one. Okay, the same day I opened a buy, another buy up there on gold. We just took a look at the price action and it pretty much consolidated the whole day, so I believe this one is going to be a loss. I was expecting price to resume the super ultra bullish trend anytime at this point. I mean, anything at this point could be considered a consolidation to enter the trade. I certainly did not expect price to consolidate the whole day. Yeah, there's okay, a loss, but then I opened another buy down there. The stop this time is safe, and I think this buy is gonna work. Okay, in the end I closed almost break-even these two trades, so pretty much break-evens throughout the whole day on gold, and then I took one loss. Took a lot of trades which were not really worth it. Okay, the next trade, a short on GPUSD, the 13th of March. Okay, entries were pretty much there. Ouch, another loss. Okay, I believe this one was the week, the first shitty week of the project. This one is a little bit tricky since price was still on a bearish trend. You know, from the trades we took Monday, price, you know, started and kept on going, making and printing lower highs, printing lower low, lower highs, lower low. And then here I pretty much played the whole idea on the expectation that price was gonna keep on going lower. The only thing is that we are at a level of support. The main trend is still bullish, so at some point, I mean, I was gonna expect price to resume the bullish trend. So this one was pretty big, significant support level, which he rejected. If we go down on the 5 minutes, it's very visible how price was making lower highs. This one was the final. Wait, let me clean a little bit, it's so messy. Price was gonna keep on going higher. It failed, reject the level, printed a lower low, then again tried to go high, tried to go higher. It tried really hard, as we can see on this consolidation, and then a lot of rejection to the upside. It failed, lower high, so it was printing bearish structure, even though I didn't realize that there was this higher low being printed here, which in the end price did respect. So what I was thinking here is that price tried one time to respect the bearish structure, but it failed. So that means that sellers were getting weaker. At this point, even though structure shifted on the 5 minutes, it was too unreliable, since this higher low is very visible from the 15 minutes, so it's a little bit more reliable than the 5 minutes. If we compare this to these structures to this one kind of seems a little bit more reliable. Since it's bigger, it actually pushed price a little bit higher than here, a little bit farther than here, entering a sell with the idea that price was gonna keep on going, especially if we see a minor shift on the 5 minutes. That's definitely a good idea. The only thing is that price pulled back to my entry so fast that for my plan, I need to have a little bit more confirmation. Some rejections, candlestick pattern. You know, I need to have some more proof since, as you can see here, I entered without any confirmation and price pretty much skyrocketed to my stop. Okay, pretty much got stopped out on this trade. But then I enter a buy right there. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so you are telling me that I entered a buy there with a stop there. Okay. Rough trade. Another trade in which, you know, I kind of feel like I didn't wait for the right confirmation. Price at this point shifted, definitely. This one is the second higher low of the higher time frame. We can almost see this. Yeah, we can see this even from 1 hour, the 1 hour time frame. Broke up past the resistance here. As you can see, there is a small resistance. We can see from 30 minutes. Broke from resistance. Okay, that's probably where I entered, even though the stop was kind of nonsense since the real higher low is this one, so price can come even to touch the zone again and then go straight up. So the entry is not really great, but I can see the idea. MA is crossed and now we're pointing upward. Price began to reject the level there. On the 1 minute, I believe price is now bearish. So again, I didn't really wait for lower time frame structure to realign to my idea, and that's pretty much what happened. But I'm not sure if that was the outcome of the trade. Okay, some got stopped out and then some are still there. I was able to close up there. Okay, so in the end I was able to ride the entire movement, but I lost a lot of trades, took a lot of hits in the middle of this, throughout this entire zone. And was it really worth it in the end? Kinda. If the entries were a little bit better, I could have just avoided this whole nonsense. We got other 2 trades on gold, the 15th of March, and let me see if these 2 are the last one. There is a short here on GBPUSD. Okay, 2 more trades. If we look at the 5 minutes, price was screaming bullish. So this one was definitely a silly trade. Silly loss and lazy entry, since price was close to the previous high, lower high. The expectation there is that price, yes, it is printing bearish structure, so the expectation there is that price respect the previous lower high and then keeps on going. But you can never tell if price goes up a little bit, even higher than the previous high, and still somewhat respect it and then keep on going in our direction. I was being very lazy with my entries, and that's the result. I'm able to identify the direction with an extreme accuracy, but then when I enter, that's when I do all of my fuck ups. If you look at the 5 minutes, price was screaming. If you look at the 5 minutes, price was screaming bullish. At this point, I had to wait price to realign structure. Instead, I did not. Got a silly loss, and I could have entered there once price broke the previous low there. It broke the trend line, rejected the trend line, the MAs, and yeah, from there it would have been a sick trade. Let me see, probably stop there. Yeah, 4R, definitely not bad. Instead, I got a beautiful loss. Okay, and then we have this last short to analyze on GBPUSD, the 15th of March. If we analyze this trade, pretty simple. Price was definitely bearish at this point, very easily. It did respect this level, wasn't really able to close above. so we can also consider this level as resistance. And then if we look at the lower time frame, this time I did wait for price to realign. This is price pull back, higher low points, then price push up, wasn't really able to close above, so it respected the resistance, made a lower low in the 5 minutes here, so finally structure shifted in our favor, but the entry was still shit, since I entered on the break and then price pulled back all of the way up here to then actually go in my direction. So why is this entry shit? Well, that's because if I enter here, my stop is way up here and the reward is pretty much the sacrifice to all of this. Instead, I should have been waiting after the break for even the small pullback, even there. And to make you guys understand the difference, this one is 1R, basically one time my risk. If I entered, would have been fine here, the previous level of support now turned into resistance. The trade would have been almost 2R, so almost 2x the trade I had before, just by entering a little bit more precise. So, okay, this time it seems like I learned the lessons I took throughout the week, but still there were still some refinements to do. Okay, yeah, I was a winner.
I'm not really up.
These two. The good thing is that in the end I did realize that I didn't really perform well throughout the entire week. I took lots of shitty trades, lots of lazy and shitty entries. So the good thing is that I did realize that, and in the end on Friday I was able to already show sign of improvements, at least for the entries. So what I learned from this watching the episode 4 is that mistakes do happen. You gotta be prepared to, even if you become profitable, to still be able to take on mistakes without, losing control over your performances, over you executing the plan, and be able to adapt and learn as fast as possible from all of the mistakes you made. I can now distinguish pretty well a shitty/lazy entry from a good one, so that's definitely good, even for now. That's it for this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one.